above the wrecks and grab your bait before they can reach the bottom.
Big pair. That's really wide. Where do you want?
You probably noticed that Captain Miller continues to run the boat while we fish. Now this is fine for the big charter boats, but for you guys that have the small boats, it's going to occupy someone's time continuously to keep the boat over a wreck with the seas and the current. Of course, another way is to free drift. That's go upwind and up current from the wreck and drift back across the wreck. This has an advantage in that it gets the baits down on the bottom where they belong prior to getting on top of the wreck. Because if you drop the baits on top of the wreck, usually you're going to get eat up with the triggerfish and white snapper and other smaller species that's on top of the wreck prior to they get down in the zone for the snapper, particularly the red snapper or grouper for that matter. Of course, the other way is to anchor the boat. Now this can be very difficult, especially with heavy winds or seas. Now the thing you need to know about anchoring is that you need about 3 or 3.5 times as much anchor line as you're fishing in depth of water. So if you're fishing 100 feet of water, for example, you need at least 300 to 350 feet of line and the proper anchor in order for the boat to hold over the wreck. Now the problem with this is you have to drop the anchor so far from one isolated spot, say such as an automobile body, that it's almost impossible to get back exactly on top of that wreck. And believe you me, if you don't have the baits near or on top or at the bottom around the base of the wreck, then you're wasting your time. So this is a very difficult procedure. You have to actually interpolate between the wind and the seas to know exactly how much to allow for current and exactly how much to allow for wind. And so this is a very difficult thing to handle. So I suggest for you newcomers to the sport to first try free drifting with the wind across the wreck, and also this will give you an idea of exactly which way the wind and seas is carrying your boat. And this will help you should you decide to anchor later. And that, if you don't already know, is a marker buoy. Now, a marker buoy is another important element about bottom fishing. You need it to relocate the spot once your boat is drifted off the spot. Once you found it on the depth sounder, you should immediately throw a marker buoy. Now the length of the line for the marker buoy can become critical, because if it's too short, it'll float off the spot. And if it's too long, it will settle into a position other than directly above the wreck. Remember, the most important thing is finding the fish. And to do that, you need to know how to operate a Lowrance unit and also interpret the signals on the depth sounder. Now I produced 2 videos on depth sounders that might be of interest to you. One is called Finding Fish with LCD depth sounders. The other one's called Finding Fish with Color Video depth sounders. In addition, I produced many video operational guides on particular manufacturers, models, and makes of depth sounders, both color and LCD units. Also available are video operational guides on many makes and models of various Lowrance units. Included among these are the LMS 300 and LMS 200. The LMS 300 was the combination unit that Darrell Lowrance showed us how to work in the beginning of this video, and certainly is an excellent piece of equipment for bottom fishermen. You may also find my new video entitled How to Catch Red Snapper, and also the one called Amberjack the Backbreakers informative. Be certain you view the second part of this presentation, Bottom Fishing Techniques Part 2.